Bungie apparently decided to randomly tweet out a bunch of odd changes coming to Checkmate and the addition of a really popular and very old game type to PvP, all out of clear blue sky on a Monday night, so let's talk about it real quick. If you're not aware, Checkmate is a relatively new PvP game type Bungie's been cooking up, where the overall TLDR is less special ammo and ability spam, more primary focused gameplay. And with that, on to the tweets. Based on player feedback, we're making some changes to Checkmate in tomorrow's update. Again, from last night, so tomorrow being today. Due to the amount of tuning, Checkmate will be moved back to labs. Next week, we'll feature 3v3 Clash, which has been modified to reflect a fan favorite mode from the original Destiny, Skirmish. Quick side note, Bungie, what the hell? I feel like having a concrete date for the return of Skirmish, the big fan favorite PvP game type of D1, would be big twit-worthy news, not just a random side tweet on Monday night, but whatever. And for what it's worth, I'm not going to look a gift horse in the mouth. I'm actually really excited for D2 Skirmish or 3v3 Clash or whatever they're going to call it. But damn, kind of late, isn't it, Bungie, to be adding this? Couldn't this have been added like a while ago? I don't know. I digress. We'll also be adjusting all primary weapons to join hand cannons and having the same optimal time to kill as they do in the base sandbox. In modes like Clash and Control, you will now start the game with 2 kills worth of special ammo, for example, 2 shots for shotguns. Again, they're talking about Checkmate here, mentioning that they'll be tweaking the optimal time to kill values, the keyword there being optimal, I'm sure, of all primary weapons to the same as they are in non-Checkmate PvP, which is interesting. The inclusion of the word optimal means, I hope, that body shot time to kill values are still going to be far off, aka worse than they are in regular PvP, meaning players are really rewarded even more in Checkmate for being accurate and landing shots in another dude's dome. The note about starting the game with special ammo is also an interesting choice. More on that in a minute or two. Reading on, we're increasing the amount of special ammo credit you get for assists and deaths, so you'll get more special ammo pulls more frequently, but are reducing the amount of special ammo you get from approximately 3 kills worth to 2 kills to reduce snowballing. We want the reduced uptime of abilities in the PvP sandbox, but the current level of ability cooldown tuning made some abilities feel impractical to use. Ability cooldown penalties are being reduced from 30% to 15%, and melee damage is being increased to allow 2 melees to kill. Okay, so between starting the game with special ammo, walking back the ability cooldown penalty to allow more ability usage, and changing melee damage, so it's now a 2-punch kill, not a 3-punch kill, it feels like we're really approaching the big question of, well, what's the point of Checkmate if we're just gonna slowly walk it back into being regular Crucible? Wasn't that the whole point, to do something drastically different? I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm still gonna play it because I want to see how it feels and see if it's better than the default mode, but I don't know. Kinda leads me to believe that maybe Checkmate isn't being received as well as Bungie's hoping, which, man, that would be really disappointing to me personally because I've been hella enjoying Checkmate lately. I will say that when Checkmate Trials came around for its testing debut, it took me a minute to figure out how to best play the new version, but when I did, I enjoyed it. I did hear a lot of mixed feedback on Trials that weekend, but I'm gonna say it, I think Bungie did Checkmate Trials a little dirty by putting it on Meltdown of all maps. I don't know about you, but Meltdown is a weird map to me with a flow that I don't enjoy at all, and I'm gonna be forever scratching my head as to why they didn't give it a more fair shake with a map like Burnout or something. Moving on, we will run one more Checkmate Trials lab later this season on February 9th. Mark your calendars for that one, boys, with the new tuning, but Checkmate is not currently planned to be in the control node again. We will have the full details on everything that is changing with the weapon archetype tuning and other game mode rules in the patch notes tomorrow. We'll continue to review feedback as you play, so please try out this new iteration and tell us how it feels. I think Skirmish will be launching not today, January 9th, but rather on January 16th. I think Bungie's use of next week means next week, not next weekly reset, aka today, January 9th. Either way, come join me today on stream. I'll be checking out the new Checkmate changes and reading the patch notes live at the weekly reset or whenever they drop. Not gonna hold my breath on this one, but again, I will try it and see how things go. I really hope that Checkmate continues to do well because I do enjoy it very much. Anyway, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.